One of the big misconceptions about the Catholic Church is that it's anti-gay, right? I think that's a very selective reading of the Catechism. Timothy Cardinal Dolan, who's the Archbishop of New York, said the Church must do a better job of making gay and lesbians feel welcome in the Church.
Well, what Cardinal Dolan really did was he created a space in which I think we can begin to really think about this differently. A reason why I think a lot of gay and lesbian people feel unwelcome in the Church has less to do with the formal teaching of the Church and more to do with the informal bigotries among Catholic Christians. There is no inherent conflict between having a same-sex attraction and being a faithful Catholic, right? There's no ipso facto conflict there. The question is, how do we live our lives? And, that's the question that everybody faces. How do we live our lives?
Many LGBT people have very deep spiritual lives and are Christians. It's not as if you have atheist gays on one side and religious or spiritual straight people on the other.
Catholic Christians can send a message that somehow homosexuality and Christian discipleship are inherently incompatible. The secular media also sends that signal and says, how can a self-respecting gay or lesbian person be a Roman Catholic? And it kind of assumes that people aren't. But that defies the reality. There are a lot of faithful gay and lesbian Catholics.
I know a new friend of mine, who's very devoted to Our Lady of Medjugorje, which is a traditional devotion, who's a gay man. I met someone who was not only a catechist in the Catholic Church in their parish, but a lector in another parish. So these are people who are kind of pouring themselves out for the Catholic Church that they love and the Catholic Church that they've been a part of.
One thing I got involved with was doing retreats. So just witnessing other people find healing at St. Monica gave me a sense of purpose. That, okay, so maybe I had these difficult experiences coming out with my parents or a childhood where I thought that, God made a mistake with me. But at least now I'm seeing that my experiences here are translating into helping others find freedom from those same experiences.
The Church extends a certain pastoral sensitivity and welcome to people who are divorced and remarried. In those instances, the response seems to be, we know what the Church teaches, it's clear. We also know that it's a morally turbid world and that people are doing the best that they can, and so it's important that we be welcoming and that we listen to people. But I think too often when it comes to gay and lesbian people, the response isn't that. It's more like, they represent a radical social agenda that we have to repudiate.
So the idea that someone would come out, and be honest and transparent and open about the way that God created them, I think is terrific. I think that's something that the Catholic Church can support.
It's not just the individual gay and lesbian person who's sort of struggling and trying to, live out the mystery of human sexuality. It's the people who love gay and lesbian people and also love the Church, who are also wrestling with these same things.
If a music minister is gay, it doesn't matter that they're homosexual to a person. It matters that they did a great job at the Easter Vigil, right? If a spiritual director is gay, it doesn't matter that they're homosexual. It matters that they brought people to God through prayer. So people are grateful, and I think Catholics can see the beauty, of the Holy Spirit working through these people. And I think that's what the Church at large is called to recognize more and more.